All right, currently I'm in North River Ranch in Parrish, Florida, southeast side of the whole Tampa area. I'm gonna tell you some of the things you need to know about Parrish and exactly the kind of families that we're seeing really love this area. Here we go. I'm Sam with Living in Tampa. We make these videos for you about what it's like to live and move to the whole Tampa area. We're also a team of realtors here in the Tampa area, so reach out if you need anything specific for that. But today we're gonna stick to the Tampa Explained series. So I made this series a while back, kind of explaining the whole Tampa area in this specific framework. We talked about proximity, style, size, and cost. The reason I did this is because I wanted to be able to talk about areas with the same kind of framework. So we're gonna talk about Parrish in that way, and then I'm gonna throw in this comparison, comparing North River Ranch to Sea Air, the two biggest developments down in this area. And we're gonna look at the numbers. So homes per acre, HOA cost, CDD cost, home costs, those kind of things. And let's get right into proximity. So if you look at where we are on the map, we are technically in Manatee County. Parrish is just on the north side of Manatee County and almost touches Hillsborough County. Right over here between Riverview and Bradenton. This kind of area, like on the map, you're gonna think this is pretty rural, and some of it is, but it's growing very, very fast. And when we talk about proximity, I like to talk about distances to things that you need on a regular basis. So even though you'd be in Manatee County, Tampa and St. Petersburg are still kind of your big cities that are nearby. Downtown St. Petersburg being about 35 minutes away and downtown Tampa being about 45 minutes away. Not that big of a difference, so you can see it's kind of centrally located over here. And although there are some flights out of the airports just to the south of here in Sarasota and some flights out of St. Petersburg, Clearwater Airport, Tampa's still gonna be your primary airport, and it's gonna take you an hour to get there. Okay, next let's hit on beaches, because a lot of our clients are moving down to this area and they have this thing in mind where, oh, the beaches nearby are really nice beaches, highly rated beaches down in Sarasota, Anna Maria Island, which is one of my favorites, even like St. Pete Beach, Paso Grill, those South Pinellas beaches, but it's still 40 minutes to the beach. Like, it's still not a fast trip, still not like you're gonna rush over there to watch the sunset, because even those treks are gonna have some pretty intense traffic, because you're going interstates, you're going through cities, like those kind of things. So you have to keep that in mind. If those really nice beaches are, it's important for them to be super accessible to you. Those are gonna be factors. Because a lot of people ask us about grocery stores and nearby basic amenities, I wanna hit on this because there's the basics, but nothing else really. So Publix all around, even at the entrances of these neighborhoods, there's big Publixes. Do you say Publix or Publixes? No Sprouts in the area. There's some Aldi kind of on the edges of these areas. No Trader Joe's, no Whole Foods, no stuff like that. Obviously, you can get those things delivered. They probably come from St. Petersburg because there's a Trader Joe's there, and then the Whole Foods is actually in Clearwater, so yeah, those things are kind of far away. When it comes to the broader shopping, Ellenton, just to the south of here, has a big outlet mall. It's super nice. There's a lot of shopping kind of stuff down there too. This woman that just walked by is walking around the park area and talking to someone on speakerphone, and obviously just gossiping about somebody, but which normally wouldn't bother me. Obviously, I'm trying to shoot a video. It's a little, I'm like, can you please stop? All good. It's the price I pay for you guys. This is for you guys. Okay, so that's proximity. It's a pretty big geographic area. We're gonna get into that a little bit, but let's talk about style for a second. It's rural plus master plans. That's kind of the best way to describe it. At the edges, it's pretty rural. You have, farms for strawberries and tomatoes, and you have cattle ranches and all that kind of stuff. And then as you get closer to the west side of the area, you get closer to the water, so it kind of shifts. But this big chunk in the middle is master plan communities. And this is a big one right here. North River Ranch might exceed 6,000 homes when it's finished, which would make it one of the biggest neighborhoods in the whole Tampa area. Now, sometimes I argue that this area is not the Tampa area, but we actually sell a lot of houses down here, so I kind of lump it in. And let me point out two other things about the style real quick. 10 years from now, this area is just gonna look like a really nice, suburban, polished area. Very similar to Wesley Chapel. Parrish will likely be bigger than Wesley Chapel because it's barely smaller right now. So right now there are 60,000 people in Parrish, and there's 60 to 70,000 in Wesley Chapel. Yes, Wesley Chapel's building a lot of new homes. Parrish is just building a lot more and a lot faster and a lot bigger neighborhoods and more developers and more builders, and it's just doing a lot of it faster. And as the Tampa area kind of grows like this, these areas are just gonna kind of merge into other areas. And the way that will happen in Tampa is it will merge into Bradenton and it will merge into Lakeland. As you go further north, there's still a pretty big gap there between, Spring Hill and Ocala. That's still a pretty big gap. And as I was looking at the map preparing for this video, one thing that was coming to mind was this kind of loop that exists. I-75 to 275, kind of the loops around the Tampa, St. Petersburg area, comes down through this area on I-75. That is kind of our equivalent to a loop. Now, you don't really need to get to a lot of those areas unless you are, living here and you need to get to the airport. That's kind of the main way you would need to use more than half of that loop, or at least half of that loop. But I wonder if we'll ever have some kind of toll loop around our metro area. I don't think so, too much water. All right, next on our list is size. Let's start with population. I hit on population a little bit. Parrish has 60,000 people. Let's talk about some of the surrounding towns. We have Ellington nearby, we have Palmetto nearby. Those are both about 13 to 15,000 people based on current estimates. When you look at the broader Northport, Sarasota, Bradenton, MSA, the Metropolitan Statistical Area, see, it has its own area, it's not the Tampa area. You have about 770,000 people. But let's do a quick neighborhood comparison, just to show you kind of the bigger neighborhoods being built down here. And there's a lot of smaller ones as well, starting with North River Ranch. That's where I am right now. North River Ranch is about 2,600 acres, and at the maximum, it will be 6,000 homes. There's currently about 1,000 homes built, and they're building more constantly, selling more constantly, and that's about 2.3 homes per acre. Now, some of those are townhouses, some of those are apartments, but they put all those as dwellings. And then let's look at Sea Air. Sea Air is being built by Metro developers, big lagoon neighborhoods, similar to the ones like up in Wesley Chapel and Land O'Lakes. And Sea Air is 1,155 acres with up to 3,000 homes. That's 2.6 homes per acre. So a little bit more homes per acre over there, but those are big neighborhoods and those are still pretty spacious for a master plan community. Okay, cost. Now, cost in the Parrish area is varying because you can get pre-existing homes for 300 or less, sometimes little houses. And then these new developments, they really start around 300 for single family homes. And here in North River Ranch, Homes by West Bay is building here. Some of their models go up to about 800,000, and those are big, 4,000 square foot homes. And it's gonna be similar prices and square footage and everything in Sea Air, but let's compare the HOA and CDDs real quick of North River Ranch and Sea Air. So for the HOA, we have North River Ranch coming in at $100 per year, and the CDD coming in between $2,400 and $2,800 per year. Both of those are actually pretty low. Now, it has nice amenities, trails and parks and amenity centers with pools and all those kind of things, and a couple amenity centers like this in the neighborhood. Tons of trails throughout that go back into like wetland and wooded areas. It's nice. Sea Air, on the other hand, which is pretty much just across the street, their HOA is $1,800 per year, and their CDD is $3,600 per year. Both of those are significantly higher than North River Ranch. Now, their amenities are a little more kind of resort feeling and less neighborhood feeling. They do have the big Crystal Lagoon that's being built right now. It's being dug out right now. But other than that, there's not that much that's different about them. And to wrap this up, I want to answer the question, is Parrish perfect for you? And I have a list of things. Parrish is perfect for you if you're okay with all the big things being at least 30 minutes away. That's beach, city, airport. Now, the closest thing of that is St. Petersburg, which is 35 minutes away. So more like 40 minutes away. If you're okay with all the big things being at least 40 minutes away. Now, I understand your life isn't all about big things. You mostly just go to the grocery store and to the doctor and those kind of things. Those things are all around. Number two, Parrish is perfect for you if you want a master planned feel for less money. North River Ranch and Sea Air. Now, maybe the fixed costs on Sea Air are a little bit higher than North River Ranch, but the home prices in both of these areas are quite a bit cheaper than if you did the north suburbs of Tampa or other areas. All right, number three, Parrish is perfect for you if you're okay with being in the middle of growth and development. So right now, 60,000 people here in Parrish. They're projected to build over 15,000 homes in the next 10 years. Now, not just one person lives in a house, so that means the population will likely grow by 30%. That's a 50% growth in the next 10 years. That's a lot of growth. So if you're okay being in the middle of that growth, being early in that growth, Parrish could be perfect for you. And next, Parrish is perfect for you if you want nicer beaches. Now, maybe you're fine with Honeymoon Island, like it's a nice beach, you love Clearwater Beach, whatever. These are very specific beaches that are highly rated, very loved, very kind of natural beach town feeling. And if you want to be closer to those, if you want those to be your beaches that are 40, 45 minutes away, then this area will be perfect for you. So that's Parrish in a broad sense. A couple neighborhoods down here in a broad sense. If you have more questions, if you want to look at houses down here, any of those kind of things, we would love to be your real estate choice in the Tampa area. Give us a call, text, or email anytime. After you reach out, what we'd like to do is set up a Zoom call with you and just process your situation and see how we can best help. But as always, thanks for coming by.